Hey, so how y'all doing out there today? I just want to tell you this little story of what happened to me on Friday. See, Friday for me financially wasn't the best of days. I have several fishing holes that I have. When I call fishing holes, it means just different spots where I go to do work, ride sharing, deliveries, last mile. That's what I do. So I have several apps that I can use as far as ride share, gig work, turn one on to get me closer to that location that I want to be in. And it helps offset my expenses in getting to the final destination that I like to start and work in, that is a little bit more profitable than some of the areas that I normally work. But anyway, so I went to my one fishing hole. Took a delivery to go that way, not knowing that traffic was going to be horrible. Like, wow, why did I take this? Now it's going to be said an hour. I'm like, that's no way it's an hour. Maybe waiting in the store to get up the product and then get it there. Normally it's like about a 30-minute trip from that store, but it took roughly an hour because traffic was really bad for whatever reason on that Friday. So I get there, I make my delivery, everything's good. Try to open up the other app, get some business, kind of dead, more dead than what I'm used to. So we enjoyed the area, hours went by, turned on another app. That app, was able to make about $50 pretty quick on that app. 2 deliveries. So I decided, you know what, it's taking me back closer to home, so I might as well shut it down and go home. On my way home, I'm thinking, wow, today it's kind of a dud. I lost. It was a doozy, loser, whatever you want to call it. But earlier that day, I spent a little extra time talking to God, reading the Bible. I'm a religious guy, Christian guy, Seventh-day Adventist, Christian, Bible believer, Christian fundamentalist, whatever you want to call Christian, people that believe the Bible is the holy word of God and they choose to follow it. Anyway, spent some extra time with God that morning. Started a little bit later than I planned on, but took some time to spend with him and to talk to him, make sure to get my day right. So I go on my day, looked like many obstacles were happening. Throughout the day, look like, hey, this is interesting. Today is the day when I'm not making as much money as I like to make. So on my way home, I can look ahead to certain strip of the highway. You can look ahead about a mile or two, depends on if there's a curve or a straightaway. So as I'm driving back closer to home, I'm looking, and on the opposite side of the highway, there's 3 lanes on each side of the highway, going north and south, and there's a median in between. Probably you can make another 3 or 4 lanes there. But as I'm progressing home, driving home, I look over to my left to the oncoming traffic, and I see someone trying to change a flat tire. I look and it's a lady. Thousands of cars go on this strip, and I'll just let you know it's in Cape Cod, Massachusetts. On my way to Cape Cod, Massachusetts. Thousands of cars passing by, going both directions. No one attempted to help her change the flat tire. And I'm looking, I'm like, that's a lady? I didn't see a man around, so there was no man. She was over there trying to get the tire changed. So, took me about 3 minutes to make the U-turn and get back to her. I decided to go ahead and help her. So, looped back around, went to help her. She had pulled the vehicle off into the grass instead of staying onto the street. She already had the vehicle jacked up, it's the SUV. She already had all of the bolts out except for one bolt. So the 3 minutes it took me to get there, I don't know how long she had been there doing the kind of work, trying to get the tire off. But you know, some people, they have learned this trick that if you're not strong enough to loosen the bolts, just kick whatever tool, jack tool or tire removal tool, just kick it. So she was kicking it, not knowing that the jack underneath the vehicle that she had pulled over onto the soft medium, that the jack was giving away. So I get there just in time. We go there. I go there to try to help her. And as she pulled that last bolt out, the vehicle fell down. Basically, tried to help her, tried to get the jack situated, but it was just too soft. So basically, that last bolt came out. The tire. Thank God the tire. She tried to pull it. Thank God that I was right there. And the tire saved her life, my life. If I hadn't stopped, no telling what would have happened. But sometimes we have these little things that happen in life, these little does, these little mishaps, these little things that prohibit us from doing exactly what we want. I planned to make a lot of money that day, but it just wasn't clicking for me. And now, after going through that experience Friday night, we tried multiple times, tried to get a piece of wood, put the jack on, tried to get it to go up, and it just wasn't because of where she parked the vehicle. She'd already had the bolts out, so it was just, she had 4 of them out already, and that 5th one just couldn't get the tire to line up to get it back in, so we could pull it back on to the surface. So we made multiple attempts, but just the ground was too soft, it wasn't working. So finally I told her, hey, you need to call the state trooper, see if they have roadside assistance, or call your insurance, get roadside assistance to help you, because the ground is too soft. I'll try to get the tire back on so we can pull it back onto the hard surface. But finally I was able to push with my leg on the tire that had blown out. She somehow ran over something and punctured the sidewall, so I was able to finally just get the jack up. She got her kids out of the car. The traffic was going by, making the vehicle kind of move, but just made me think, is today the day I'm going to die? Today is going to be the day that my wife gets a phone call that, hey, your husband's in the hospital, he lost an arm, he lost a leg because he decided to help someone that day. You just never know what's in the cards for you. But anyway, I was able to get the tire on. By the time I got the tire back on, it took 30 minutes to an hour to maneuver my body, maneuver the tire to get it back where she wanted to go. And then the bad thing about it, once I got the tire on, the children locked the keys inside the vehicle. So she wasn't going anywhere. Thank God she called the state trooper in Massachusetts. They're really good. The roadside assistance program, they're really good. So finally they showed up and were able to get her back on the road where she needed. But anyway, sometimes we got to think. I'm having a disappointing day. I'm having a bad day. You want to call him the man upstairs, I call him God. You just never know what's in the cards for you. I took that extra time to talk to God, pray, read some scriptures, go about my day. And although it was very frustrating, maybe I was able to save a life or 2 or 3. Because there's no way that lady could have got the tire changed herself. Even her spare tire was taller than the original tire, so she wouldn't have been able to jack the vehicle up high enough with that soft ground. Sometimes we just got to think about those delays. There have been many times in my life when I plan to be somewhere on time. I'm frustrated, I'm not getting there on time. And when I get to certain locations, boom, maybe there's an accident right there at the spot that I would have been there had I left exactly on time. I've seen many situations like that many times in my life. And sometimes we just got to take that extra moment. Yeah, it's good to be on time, it's good to leave early, but sometimes we just can't help from not having our way, getting frustrated because things are not going our way. And for me, being a Christian guy, yeah, I have to remember, hey, commit my day to God, let Him take over, let Him change it. Maybe there's someone I need to meet, like the lady and her children. It was a big inconvenience for me. I didn't have the baby wipes in my vehicle to wipe off the dirt off of my hand like I normally did. They were in the other vehicle. I don't know where they were that day. Yeah, I was in the other vehicle that day. So I don't know, sometimes we just got to give thanks to God. Turn off the radio, turn off the noise. Just have a moment of silence and just think and reflect and meditate about different things in the world. We have to learn to be grateful for what we have. Because it took me taking the jack out of our vehicle to secure the vehicle so it doesn't move. She had to set the brake. In our vehicle, we don't have really emergency brake. It just has auto brake in the vehicle we have. But hers, I guess she had an extra emergency brake in hers. But anyway, set that, put some wood behind it so the vehicle wouldn't move. And anyway, that's where we're at. So I was just thinking about that when I got home, and you just never know. Maybe you're making a delivery, maybe you're taking a passenger, somewhere. You just never know why you are in delay. When I was driving in Dallas, Texas one morning, like 4 a.m., went to pick up a couple, take them to an airport. And as we come to the stop sign, leaving their area that they live in, we hear a noise, boom, screech, and right in front of us we see a car flip over in front of us and land upside down. I'm like, wow, something like you see out of a movie. So, bust the U-turn, put the flashers on, they call 911. I got out the vehicle, went looking for the person to see where they're at. I got ejected out of the vehicle, looked underneath, I see legs. So all I saw was just legs. So, nothing I can do. Nothing I could do. Save a life. The car is on them. It's like they died instantly. I don't know how many breaths it took them, but hey, they were gone. What could we do? Trying to do a good deed. Take someone to the airport. Try to be on time. Maybe they were in a little bit delay. The same way that car was coming. Maybe that car would have hit us. I don't know. But sometimes you have those delays, and we need to be grateful sometimes, many times, for delays, because many times delays can save our life, can keep us out of a bad, crazy situation. So we have to have patience. So I encourage you to be patient. If you're a Bible-believing Christian, you want to be a Christian, you're not a Christian, take time every day to spend with God, that He can orchestrate your day, change your plans, keep you safe, keep you sane in the membrane, whatever people want to say, so that you don't have to be in despair. So whatever comes your way, you're ready to handle it. You can be an encouragement to other people as you go about your day. So yeah, it was frustrating for the lady. You could feel her frustration. She was frustrated with her children, especially locking the keys in the door, in the vehicle. But thank God, gave me some wisdom. Hey, said a little prayer in the midst of the frustration, not being able to get this tire on for her, not being able to get both of the jacks to work because of the way that she parked. So, I don't know if she'll see this video, but I'm glad that God used me when nobody else was willing to stop, or nobody else possibly stopped. Maybe somebody stopped and I didn't know before I got there. I don't know. All I know is that 2 or 3 minutes when I'm looking ahead, looking over the other side to see her, nobody stopped. Out of the probably hundreds of thousands of cars going to Cape Cod, Massachusetts. So, be grateful. Think. Let God's Holy Spirit speak to you and lead and guide you in your path in all truth and righteousness, like Jesus Christ said. When the Spirit of truth comes, He will guide you in all truth and righteousness. So I just wanted to get that spiel to you today. I wanted to talk about this on Friday night, but I decided to hold off. Shared it with my wife, and just never know. Did I save a life? But God saved my life, because the vehicle came down. Could have been worse. It could have. You just never know. There are angels, good angels and bad angels, all around this world. And I pray that God's holy angels will always be on your side. His Holy Spirit will be on your side. He will be on your side. Especially with this being Sunday. Many of you are going to church on Sunday. I go to church on Saturday. So, for you, it might be a holy day. Just think. Don't get frustrated when you have those delays. Don't get impatient like Moses and get upset. Let tempers flare and do something you'll regret. Just think, God, use me in this moment. Maybe you have a design, a reason while I'm in this little bit of trial. Like me, on Friday I anticipated making a lot of money, but I didn't. And God allowed me to not make a lot of money intentionally, because He knew I needed to be right where I needed to be at that exact time to possibly save the lady's life. Her kids were right there with her. I don't know what would have happened had I not stopped. I don't know. I'm glad I was able to listen to God's voice despite my frustrations that day of going to my normal places I like to work and make high profits, good money. But it wasn't God's will for Ronald that day. It was God's will for me to help someone else in their situation of frustration, in their trying situation, through their trial. And share a little bit of knowledge, what I know about calling state troopers for roadside assistance if you need it. It's paid by our taxes anyway, so might as well take advantage of it. Other people are taking advantage of U.S. tax dollars, so why not use what we're paying for? Blessings, you all. I hope you think about it, reflect on it, have a good day. Be an American, United States American, help someone who is in need of help truly. There are people that take advantage, but people God can give you in your mind who truly, truly, truly needs your help. And be willing to help them. Y'all have a great day. Be blessed out there. And you know, when you help other people, you in turn help yourself, because you might be that person. The shoes might switch one day, and you might be that person that needs to be saved. Just like the story of the lion who had the thorn in his hand. The human took the thorn out. That same human was thrown into the Colosseum. That lion should have killed that person in the Colosseum. But when they recognized it was the human that helped them, they couldn't do anything to that human being. The person that helped them, they did not do the negative thing that they were supposed to do to the other people that entered that Colosseum. So you all be blessed. It's reciprocal. Be a blessing and be a blessing. Get a blessing, give a blessing. It's reciprocal. I'm out. Take care. Much love to you. This is Ronald with Go Gig It. Happy Sunday, whatever day you'll get this message. Hope you find encouragement and inspiration to always do what is right, despite your frustration, the thing, the disappointment you're going through. Still smile as you go and kick it. I'm out. Blessings.